Welcome to another worksheet. What happens when the smog lifts in Los Angeles, California? Find the area and the perimeter of each triangle below. Look for both answers in the rectangle and shade in each area containing the correct answer. Now you're going to want to do your work on a separate sheet of paper. Staple it to this. It'll be easier to be able to show the formula for each step as well as do the math. So we'll do a couple here just to help you out. As you can see, there are all kinds of different triangles. Your height, remember, has to be the dotted line. So unless they give you a straight one, like this is a right triangle, so this is going to be my height. Otherwise, it's going to be the dotted line. And then, number 9 here is again a right triangle, so my height is going to be 200. And be careful with number 6 because it is a right triangle, it's just tilted on its side. So your height is actually this 40 degrees because remember, Pythagorean theorem, your hypotenuse is directly across. So your height in this case is 40. So let's go ahead, we'll do number 1 just to get an idea of what it is. First, let's write down our formulas because that's going to be the most important thing. To find the area of a triangle, area equals 1/2 base times height. Please use your formula sheet if you don't have this memorized. To figure out perimeter, you will notice that there is no, and let's go ahead and look at our formula sheet because I have it pulled up here. There is no formula for perimeter of a triangle. There's no P like there is in some of the others. Perimeter is just the sum of all the sides. So you just add up the 3 sides for perimeter. There's your area equals 1/2 times the base times the height that you need for the area of a triangle. So the perimeter, there's not a formula, you just add up all the sides. So let's go ahead and do a couple. So for number 1, perimeter, and this is what you would write on your sheet, P equals, and then your sides are 8, 7, and 10. 6 is your height. You don't want that. You just want your sides for perimeter. So we say 8 plus 7 plus 10. You can use your calculators. I can do this in my head. 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 plus 10 is 25. So we're talking meters, so 25 meters. So now the way you fill out this part up top is you find where it says 25 meters, which is right here, and you're going to shade this in. Just like that. Shade in the whole little square. Okay? Now let's go back and we will do in a different color here. Let's do the area. So we're going to use our formula, 1/2 the base times the height. And actually, I'm going to make this a yellow, and I'm going to do it over here in this dark spot to give myself some more room. That's why it's important to have a separate sheet of paper. So area equals 1/2 the base times the height. So we have our formula, right? It's over here. We need to label our base and our height. This is going to be our base of the triangle is 10, and our height is 6. Your height has to be a vertical height. It can't be slanted. So we'll come back over here. We have 1/2 times my base, which is 10, times my height, which is 6. So you would grab your calculator, clear that out, and you would say 1 divided by 2 times 10 times 6, and that gives us 30. So our area in this case is 30. Area equals 30, and since we did do multiplying, it's going to be meters squared. So then you come over here to your picture at the top, you find 30 meters squared, which is over here, and you color in the whole area here. Okay, that's what it means when it says shade in each area containing an answer. So we got 30. So each of these problems you're actually going to end up shading in 2 boxes for each one. One is going to be your perimeter answer, and one is going to be your area answer. Okay, and we shade that in. So that's pretty much all there is for this. You got to do perimeter and area for all of them and shade in your answer. Let's see, what's another good one? You know what? I'm going to clear this out and scroll down a little bit. Since we already understand the shading part, I really don't need that. So let's look at the math here. Let's see, which one looks difficult? Let's try number 6. Since it is laying down on its side, it could give you a little bit of trouble. So I'll do this one for you, but I think the rest you're pretty good at doing on your own. The perimeter is the easiest one. All right, perimeter is going to be the sum of all my sides. So that's pretty easy. Perimeter is going to equal 40 plus 30 plus 50. Okay, so you can do this in your head, or if not, use a calculator, that's okay. 40 plus 30 is 70. 70 plus 50 is 120. So this is going to be 120 feet. Now I will tell you this is one of those self-checking worksheets, so if you come up to the top and you don't see that 120 up here, then you know maybe you hit the wrong button or you made some mistake, but we see 120s right here, so we're going to shade that in. Alright, let's go back to where we were. There we go. And now let's look at our area. Remember, it's important to write down the formula. So area equals 1/2 the base times the height. So again, I'm going to do it out in the dark area so it's easier. Actually, I can do it right there. How about that? So in this case, see how it's laying on its side? That is your C, right? That's your hypotenuse. We don't want that one. Our base, so our 2 legs, our base is going to be 30 and our height is going to be 40. So I want you to try and imagine in your head if you took this triangle and flipped it, right? You did a 90-degree kind of rotation, it would land straight up. So it would kind of look like this. Something like that. And then the 40 would be over here, the 30 would be down here, and the 50 would be over here. Okay, so that's an easy way if you need to redraw, I guess, the picture again so it's sitting upright, that's okay. So now let's find our area. We have labeled our base and our height, so area is going to equal 1/2 times my base, which is 30, times my height, which is 40. And grab your handy dandy calculator. Figure that out. So we have 1 divided by 2 times 30 times 40. And we get 600. So the area for number 6 is going to be 600 feet squared. All right, and again, you can scroll back up to the top, look for, there's the 600 right there on the side, so I would shade this in. If you have any questions or get stuck on one of the shapes, please ask a teacher. If you have checked your work and you can't find your answer at the top, but you know you did your work right, raise your hand, ask a teacher, and we will help you out. Remember, your height is always going to be the dotted line. Those are all your heights, unless they give you a right triangle, and then you can make your height that way. Okay? All right, well, get to work. Show me work for each problem, and then you can staple your paper to this page at the end. Good luck.